So I know that you prepped the skin.
Yes.
So let's talk about a little bit about what you did there first. And again, everyone participate, ask questions. Let's make this a fun moment.
Ask away.
Skin looks beautiful.
So
I know
I
you used like a new.
I used this new primer that I had never seen before.
Oh yeah.
Which is actually really nice. It's the MAC Studio Radiance Moisturizing and Illuminating Primer. I'm not a primer person, but I like primers if they're illuminating or glowy or add iridescence because I like to mix that with foundation. So I just mixed with concealer on her, as well as this, which I think is discontinued. This is the Hyper Real foundation in Violet Effects. So it just looks really kind of, it's like I was saying earlier, it's like strobe cream on steroids.
Yeah.
But you can't get it anymore, so take it up with them.
Yes.
Okay, so basically how I like to work is I just look at my model, which I've seen Caitlin so many times, and I just kind of go for it. And I like to encourage people to just play with color. I think that a lot of people get scared. You know, they feel like they have to do a certain style of makeup or follow certain rules or steps, and I think it's just more fun when you just go for it and play. And if it looks bad, you just wipe it off and start over.
What are you mixing up?
I'm mixing up the chromolines in, what color is this? Processed magenta and white. I'm just mixing the two colors together, the magenta and the white. Or do you mean the tool?
No, I mean, are you using any water or what? I'm not sure. What is that color compound? Is it water-based?
No, it's the chromoline, which is sort of like a gel liner, but it's very multi-purpose. I'm just laying down the color, and then I'm going to blend it how I want it.
Lottie, do you typically use creams underneath, or would you be like, maybe I would start with a shadow?
Never. Never, ever would I start with a powder. I always work with creams, whether it's an eyeshadow base or a gel liner or a cream color like this.
Just for
I just
blendability,
feel like you have more control, and it makes everything that goes on top of it pop more. I mean, everybody kind of knows that, right? It's just kind of...
I mean, I don't know. I think so. It almost matches the backdrop. It's like
I know. I said that when I walked
it.
in. I said, oh, that's kind of the colors I'm going to be doing. How perfect is that?
I know that we picked out certain colors, like the couch was purple, because it's kind of one of the colors. Well, I don't know. You use a lot of different colors, but I feel like purple to me has sort of always been. You had the lavender hair for a very long time.
I did. I'm so tempted to go back, but my friend won't let me. Okay, so I kind of feel like if I was doing a beauty shoot, I could stop near this, and I would probably just add little things here and there.
So would this be something that you, like when you're working in that layered way, would this be like, okay, I want to do this as my first look?
Yeah, I would probably just like look at it, and I like the shape. I think it looks good on her face.
Me too.
And so I would probably just add a few things, which is what I'm going to do. And then I feel like, because they wanted to take some, pictures.
Yes.
We can stop once I add my little things that I want to add here. And this could be one look. But I never really know until I'm doing it, you know? Which I'm sure is the case for most people. So I'm next going to use the Reflex Glitter in Reflex Red. Spray my brush.
So how are you deciding where you're going to place that?
So I just want to create depth to the makeup. So I just want to add a little bit of texture and depth. So I'm just going to add some on here, on the lid.
Love it.
Not a lot, just a little whisper, little glitter whisper. Sorry? It's with Fix Plus Radiance Spray. I sprayed the brush. And then just the Reflex Red. For me that way. I already told Caitlin she'd be covering glitter, so. And what did you say to me? You said I was expecting it. Then I'm just gonna add a highlight to the face. And this is the, what is this? Lightscapade Mineralized Skin Finish, which is one of my favorites. Okay, let me see.
Are you a huge fan of, I mean, how do you feel about, you know, there's obviously a lot of people love shading versus highlighting, some like both. It seems to me like you're more in favor of highlighting.
Highlighting and sculpting if needed. But with these cheekbones, she does not need contour.
Yes.
She'll cut you with those cheekbones.
I love it. It has a very kind of alien feel to it.
And then a lot of times when I'm layering color, I like to use the same brush. So I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the highlighter and go into the powder blush. And this is Pink Swoon.
Pink
Look out for
Swoon.
me.
Okay.
That way you get the layer of the highlight in there. And I have been noticing, I would say in the last 2 years, I hardly ever use mascara when I do beauty. I just really love a look without mascara. When you're doing this kind of makeup, I think it just really helps the makeup stand out more. The second you put mascara on something like this, it turns glam and it's a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Turn.
I love it. I think it's really
this one
cool
is
too.
full
The hair
fuchsia.
to me has like sort of hard points to it, so it's,
Right.
I think it's working really nicely together.
So I'm just adding a little bit of depth on the eye using another blush. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's very subtle, but I can see it. Yes, this is the powder blush in full fuchsia. Okay, so that is my first look.
Love it.
And I would leave the lips how they are. If anything, I would probably just get a little bit of like a powder kiss liquid. Which I'm gonna do. Just to give a little bit of balance here. What shade is this? Oh, I can't read that. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Written for ants.
Don't worry. Everything is written for
For ants.
5-year-olds.
$1 billion smile.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Thank you.
Thanks,
5-year-old.
Lindsay. And I'm just doing it in the middle just to create a balance so she's not all up here only.
Love it.
And I love the powder kiss because it's really soft and you get those blurred edges really easily. Kind of just does it. And then I'll go in with my highlighter again. Just do the very edge of the lip. is like barely touching her. Okay.
Beautiful.
So I think Andy's gonna take some
Beautiful.
pictures of this look of Caitlin. Oh, you can see yourself. I didn't know you could see yourself.
Andy's going to take a couple of pictures there, yeah. So if someone's doing a shoot with you, you know you're doing a shoot. How do you come to this place? Like, how did you get here? What was it about it? What was speaking to you?
For today or just
Yes.
on a shoot?
On
Okay,
a
so
shoot
for today,
yeah.
I've worked with Caitlin so many times, and I always say that she's one of the 2 models that I could literally do their makeup all day, every day, and never run out of ideas, just because I'm so inspired by her face. Sorry, I'm gonna embarrass you. She has these incredible cheekbones, these amazing eyes. She's just gorgeous.
Yes.
I don't know. I just go with the flow, go how I'm feeling. It's hard to explain. It sounds so pretentious to say that, but it's true. Just.
I don't think it sounds pretentious at all. I think it's actually very vulnerable and very nice. I think most of us probably would agree some preparation is always, you know, like a heads up on what's going to happen for the day. I don't know. I might be a little bit like, oh, you want me to do what? Or
I think people get scared and people feel like if they do something different and they mess it up, that it's going to make them look bad. But I think as long as you're confident enough to say, you know what, I don't like that, let me take it off, I think that's fine. And that's usually what I do. And I do it all the time, especially with like macro beauty shoots. You know, I will do something and then once I see it on set, I'll say, you know, I don't like it. I'll take the model back and change it. And I feel like if you don't give a photographer too many ideas about what you're going to do, they can't be disappointed in what you said you were going to do. Because sometimes you plan, say, oh, I'm going to do a graphic black and white look on her, you know, and then maybe the model shows up and it's just not going to work on their face, or maybe the model cancels and you get another model. I would say most makeup artists will do what they had planned to do anyway without taking into consideration the new model and just go with the actual look because they feel like they have to. But I think it's better if you just kind of go in the moment and correct yourself and say, you know what, it's a different model. I have a different idea. Let me look at the clothes. Let me see what the lighting is.
yes.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're on a paid campaign, it's a little different. You don't have
Sure.
that much freedom. You know, you kind of get told what to do.
True.
But if you're lucky, you have clients that trust you and ask for your input.
It looks beautiful. I love it. So now, have you already considered where you think you're going to go next, or you have?
Yeah.
Because once you've got something established.
Once I do the first look, my first layer, I'm already like getting ideas about what I want to do. And you know, I had a loose idea because I had to pick the products that I wanted to bring with me. If I brought my whole entire kit, I would be here for like 6 hours wanting to do so many different things. So it's good that I am a little bit reeled in that way.
Lottie, a long time ago, you told me that you would study your raw images, especially when you were shooting with Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that, what did you look for basically in the raw photos because you're self-taught, so.
I look for my own mistakes. I look for things that are not symmetrical, or if the model looks off, or if it's an unflattering photo of a model. I'm very lucky in that I get to be next to the photographer a lot of times, editing and saying no, no, no. Or a lot of photographers say just press 1 if you like it, and you know, you can tag it yourself. It wasn't always like that, of course.
Awesome. So you built a relationship really well with
Yeah.
most photographers, or mostly just with Jamie in that respect?
With a few photographers, but obviously I have a very close connection with Jamie, and we really see beauty in the same way or in a similar way. And she sees makeup like no other photographer that I've worked with. Most photographers, they're not looking at the makeup. They're looking at the lighting, they're looking at the background, the model's poses, they're telling the model how to pose. Jamie doesn't really do that. She lets the model move and she moves around them, and she finds the best angle, the best light for the makeup a lot of the times. She's not the only one, but I'm very lucky. So now I'm just adding more layers with blush. And this is kind of a cream blush. This is the Glow Play, which is my favorite blush formula. And this is No Shame. So now I'm just gonna kind of go crazy with my layers. So now we're just taking away her skin tone completely. That's my plan.
Lottie, is there a tool that you can't live without, like brush or?
Oh, don't make me answer that, John.
Oh,
So
come
many
on.
brushes I can't live
So
without.
many. Okay, if you have
I
to
could
pick
do
three,
makeup-
and they don't
I-
have to be MAC brushes, but like if you have to pick, if you could you do a makeup with like 3 brushes? Yes, I know you can. But
Yeah.
What would they be?
A good eyeshadow brush, like a fluffy full brush.
Okay.
A flat brush that I could use for concealer and foundation. And then maybe a fluffier brush that I could use for blush and highlighter. I just went on a trip with my friend, and I brought everything except my makeup brushes.
Oh.
So I didn't wear makeup the whole time. The one night I did, I just used my fingers. So, you know, you can always do your makeup with your hands. In my creative kit, I think I probably carry like 150 glitters, but I have them depotted, as you know. And then probably 10 different adhesives, because you never know. But I don't carry that on every job. That's just for the creative jobs, obviously. Micro glitter. But I do love 3D. So ideally a 3D micro glitter. But I love the 3D glitters from MAC, which you guys know, are on here. So this is like 4 different colors, I think. 4, 5. 4 different shades mixed together.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that later. You're gonna do that later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
I think
finale.
so.
Okay.
I think so.
It's so cool.
So as you can see, we're doing mostly like pinky, orangey tones, but do I clear with wardrobe? No. I mean, sometimes I will get an email of all the clothes that are being used, like from the runway. Oops. Sorry about that. Sometimes, but not always. Close.
You don't like mood boards. I was like, do you ever?
I mean,
People
I'll glance at it. You know,
Yeah,
I'll
but
do a
not-
skim.
Okay.
Like hair, styling, I'll look at it, and makeup. Okay. I just don't like to be influenced by other people's makeup.
One? Oh, you got one.
Okay. Close.
How do you stop yourself when doing a look?
Oh.
That's something that I learned along the way. I think that's one of the hardest things to do is to know when to stop. Sometimes I go too far, but you know, I'll just edit as I go. I'll look at it, stand back, look from different sides. Sometimes I'll take a picture and look at it because it gives you a totally different view. All right, Caitlin. But it's really hard to reel yourself in. I think it's really helpful to do shoots where you're working with a whole team, because if you're lucky, you'll have someone say, I think that's going to be too much because this is what I'm doing with the hair, or did you see the clothes that we're shooting? You know, because you don't want it to be too much hair, too much clothes, too much makeup, because then it just looks like a hot mess and everybody remembers Model Mayhem, right? Wah, wah. Hey, it had a place back in the day, right? It had its time. You see? Open.
Is this just a purple shadow you're adding there?
Yeah, I don't know what the color
It's
is.
okay, you don't need to know the colors.
Too late.
Dark purple.
Cobalt.
Oh, okay. Love it.
Again, I'm just adding depth because I'm going to be going over this anyway. This is the Lightscapade again. This is the highlighting powder, and I'm just going over it just to blend everything. and give her alien glow. Just to kind of blend everything, soften the edges. Who doesn't like a full face of highlighter? Remember those YouTubes?
So
100 layers
pretty.
of highlighter. Oh, we miss Jenna Marbles.
Well, I love the space that you left in between when you were doing the blush. It was like you kind of selectively, left the forehead in the middle there, like highlighted by going around with the blush.
Yeah, I just wanted to leave an empty space as opposed to just, covering her up completely. I'm still going though, John. I'm still going.
It looks magical to me. And I'm curious, like, how much this room or the lighting around you influences what's happening now, because I feel like it's all very blendable to the surroundings.
I'm trying not to. Well, it's funny because I had colors in mind. That was the only thing I had in mind. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, that's perfect, Monique. Shout out to Monique, boss lady, tonight.
Monique.
Doing everything. Monique's doing the most. I'm going back to the Powder Kiss color.
I do love your little palette there too on your wrist. I don't know if everyone's seen that. It's so cute.
Hot
Little
palette.
star.
I cannot live without this thing.
Lottie, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, on a creative shoot, ever had the instinctual urge to go in a direction that wasn't received well by either the photographer or the team? And how do you reconcile that?
So many times it's happened. The photographer kind of walks through the makeup area and goes, I don't know. And I said, just trust me. Just wait. Just trust me. I'm not done yet. And sometimes it doesn't work. And then just change it. But yeah, it's definitely happened before. Sometimes I have this wild idea, and then when I do it, I'm like, oh, I don't like that actually. But I'm not afraid to edit myself or scrap something. I'm using a little bit of a mixing medium, close. I'm just gonna tap that on.
Is that a glitter, was it?
Yeah, this is just a mixing medium
Oh, mixing medium, okay.
for the glitter. Yeah, I'm scared to do this on stage, it's gonna go everywhere. I'm just gonna have you tilt your head back just a little bit for me. A little bit more. I actually don't mind the fallout of the glitter here. You'll see why soon.
Pretty.
Yes, this is the 3D pink, I believe,
Yeah.
which is more of a micro. Keep your head back for me. Gonna just disperse that a little more evenly. We're gonna work with the fallout with this. And then the reason I'm using paint stick around the eye instead of the chromoline is because I have more playtime with it and I can blend it out better. Take my time. The cool thing about Mac Pro products is for the chromoline, they have the pencils, the gel liner, and then you have the paint sticks, and they all come in the same exact color. I'm assuming that was intentional.
Yes, it was. Wasn't my idea, but it's a good one.
Good job, John. Good job.
Yeah, sure. I think it's really just so stunning. Like I just enjoy watching you work because it's like every little nuance is something very exciting, I think.
And this for me, I'm just adding texture because I'm basically gonna be covering everything anyway. But I like to have different layers because I feel like you can really tell the difference as opposed to just putting a bunch of glitter on the face without the layers. It just looks kind of flat. Iridescent something.
Is it
John?
the white one? Is it the white?
Yeah, it's the white
Yeah.
one.
It's iridescent pearl, I think.
That sounds right.
Sure. Go with that.
Let's go with that.
Everything will be up there too later, so we hope that you guys will come and take pictures of Caitlin. And again, there's a reception, but if you want to also take a look at the workstation as well, it'll be up there so you can take a look.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, almost done, guys.
Looking gorgeous.
It's gonna come in and add even more highlight because she's not shiny enough, guys. And adding all the layers really helps when you're doing photography, when you're doing beauty for photography, because you get those little pops that come out with the lighting. Like if you put a neon underneath another shade, you will get that neon pop when the when the lighting works, if they know what they're doing.
Love it.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I love you.
Talk to everybody about this because I'm so excited about this, please.
I love you. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Okay. So this is I'm sure you guys have seen this. This is a spray powder bottle. And I filled it with glitter. I'm actually going to ask Lindsay, can you add some of that? The pink one more and the purple one. Okay, close. I'm just going to spray her with the Fix Plus just to give me something for the glitter to grip onto. It will go everywhere. It will go everywhere. So if you buy one of these and use it, ideally you want to cover the model up, but she doesn't care. She loves it. Dump the whole thing. Yeah. That's good. And then like half of that one. I thought you were putting that in a bag. I was like, wow.
It's for later.
I thought it was your bag. I'm like, wow, Lindsay.
I'm a creeper.
Okay, that's good. Shanko? You know what? I'm gonna put a little more. Some of this too. I know this seems really like, oh wow, she really does wing it, but I have done this before. But I think it's fun to just play and experiment with different textures and different products and different applicators, whatever. Oh, woo. Everybody gets glitter, all you people in the VIP section. Keep your eyes closed for me, chin back.
Oh.
And then I'm just gonna get this and
Amazing.
manipulate it a little bit how I want it so that the blue color isn't concentrated on our nose. She's a fairy. Keep your eyes closed for me. Okay, and if you want to stand up for a second and shake off.
Step back, Andy.
Oh wait, watch your camera.
Ooh, yes.
I kind of like want to leave it.
And I'm gonna stop there. I think that's a good place to stop.
Holy cow.
Thanks. It kind of works. You should just keep it like this.
Leave it.
So if Caitlin, if you just kind of move around so people can see how it looks in the different angles with the lighting. Sorry, let me get down.
Fabulous. That was very exciting and terrific by the
Thank
seat of your
you.
pants moment there, kid.